So finally, the level 10 link showcase for AGL Captain Ginyu. Now, this guy dropped on March, I think March 3rd, and he was the best TUR in the game on release, no contest. What makes this guy special? Starting from the basic, his super attack effect, his stacks defense, his leader skill, Terrifying Conquerors and Namek Saga. Then 30% for Space Traveling Warriors. He was the first 200% leader after the 7 years allowed. The first extreme class, so he was basically the third best leader in the game. In his passive, he had 180% attack and defense at the start of turn, then 50% on super, which is basically the normal for every TUR of this year. Then an additional with a medium chance of being a super attack, medium chance it's a 30%. Then 10% attack and defense per Ginyu Force category ally on the team. Then he supports Ginyu Force category allies, and then he's super effective against all types with only one Ginyu Force category ally on the team. You can have basically Ginyu as your leader, Ginyu as a friend leader, and he's super effective. Then he's, as you guys can see, he's equipped. Then his links are Frieza Army, Gentleman, Respect, Ginyu Force, Loyalty, Signature Pose, and Fierce Battle. He have a good amount of categories for being Captain Ginyu. But what makes this guy special, other than damage really high on turn 1, him being super effective, him with all these big stats at the start of turn, you have the active skill, which is unhealing. Condition is when HP is 70% or less, starting from the 3rd turn. So basically, it's like STR Vegito. Basically the same thing. When you swap into Ginyu Goku, you have stacking attack instead of defense. Of course, leader skill, links, and category are the same. You then gain a 59% heal. You get 200% attack and defense at the start of turn. Same buff on super for this attack, same additional, but then he builds up 10% attack and defense, crit chance and dodge up to 50% with each attack performed. So basically he's going to have an additional with a 30% chance to being a super, 50% chance to crit, 50% chance to dodge. All of this even at 55%. And then he can get a Scouter with a Jace on the team. And now there is a bit of a hot take by me. Honestly, I don't think it's a problem for the Scouter being a 50% chance. I've seen many people complain, saying it should have been guaranteed, it should have been maybe not with a Jace on the team, maybe on the rotation, so it's more limited but guaranteed. I don't think it's a big problem at all, because you have the best TUR in the game on release, and you want him to get even more powerful. I don't think it's necessary. He was good enough on release. He's still good enough. He's still a top 5 TUR in the game. His leader skill, you have all of this. You have EZA STR Cooler, you have Namek Goku, you have Starless, you have Final Form Cooler, you have Full Power Freezer, you have Bojack, you have a lot of units that can really help, that can really support each other. You have, of course, the best unit in the game. So you can basically beat the entire red zone, you can beat Cell Max, you can beat everything you want with this team. We are going to take a look at the Shadow Dragon Saga red zone, especially the Shadow Dragon stage. And while this is a Ginyu showcase, especially for Captain Ginyu, we are going to take a look at the same time at Recoome and Guldo, which are 69% level 10 links, and at Jason Burster, which are 55% but still level 10 links. So you can see what is going to be Ginyu with both of his banner units on the team. Then I'm going to make a rapid showcase 2 or 3 turns in the Legendary Vegeta event without the banner units, so you guys can see the difference. And let's go. Here we go. This is turn 3, my Ginyu was in slot 7, of course. And we have everything active except from Gentleman, which I don't really remember what it does. So it's 2 key and 10% defense. So we have 30% support from the physical Ginyu Force. We have 6 out of 7 links active. We start at 177k defense, which is not the craziest. But considering that he stacks defense, he supports, he can triple super turn 1, it's solid. It's not the greatest, but it's solid. So let's see what kind of damage he can do on this rotation. Remember, Raccoon and Guldo are basically untouchable in slot 1. They are one of the best defensive units in the game. They don't support. They are only here for one reason. So being in slot 1, let Ginyu doing his damage, doing his tanking after his supers and everything. So 5 million, that's really good. Considering that it's super effective against all types, considering that he can triple super, like this, yes, perfect, exactly. Raccoon and Guldo go in slot 1, and Ginyu can do this. Now, what happened? He stacked his defense twice on this rotation. Next turn, we are going to have no support. We are going to have the other Ginyu. So it's no support, and we are going to see if his defense increases. So Ginyu, the only problem I have with Ginyu, and the reason why I don't really like running this team with 2 of him, it's his links. And not that his links are bad, the buff that he gets from his links are very good. The problem is that like Final Form Cooler, Full Power Freezer, Bojack, Tarles, Garlic Jr., all these type of villains with typical like Thirst for Conquest, Metamorphosis, they don't share nothing with Ginyu. And the problem is, the Ginyu Force dropped. They released it on March, and they stopped it. There is no Ginyu Force unit that is new. There is no new Ginyu Force unit that maybe supports everyone besides the Jason Butter, but they're limited with the Ginyu rotations. So basically, the problem of the Ginyu Force is they are strong now, they are top tier now, absolutely. But when they start to age, they are going to age altogether. Because then you are not going to run Ginyu and Rekume Guldo over maybe AGL Tarles and a new Tarles Dokkan Festival, which is like 2 times stronger than Ginyu. That's the problem. So here we are, after 2 supers, Ginyu is at 283k defense. That's impressive, because he stacked it twice, and here is with the same amount of support, but he have less links. He doesn't have respect. Respect, which is... no, this is loyalty. Respect is 20% attack, so we are losing a bit of attack, still 30% support. Let's see what he can do. His attack is 4.5, so we can see losing respect, we lose a good chunk of damage. It's still very good. This is 55%. Okay, wow. I've never seen my Ginyu supering like 3 times in a turn. Supering 2 times is really, I will say, not hard, but it's still 30% chance. He got it twice, so really good. Next turn is going to be incredible for Ginyu, because we are going to have 60% support thanks to Jason Burter. Jason Burter are very solid. I'm not the biggest fan, because I really don't see the point in making Rekumen Guldo the best banner unit by far on release with nothing close. This can really do damage. I don't see the point. Oh, that's nothing. Okay. I will say, I don't see the point of making Rekumen Guldo the best banner unit by far. Making Rekumen Guldo like one of the top 5 units in the game, and then making Jason Burter like good, but nothing more. I don't see it. Honestly, Jason Burter, for being on pair with Rekumen Guldo, they should have 70% chance to dodge, not 50. I really don't see the point. With 70%, and maybe, this is maybe asking for too much, maybe something like all allies to kill, no matter what. That would help. Maybe Cooler, maybe Bojack, maybe Starless. That would help the team. But I'm fine the way it is. It's not a big of a problem. So here we are, 4 super attacks performed. We are at 420. Nice. Let's put him in slot 1 again. We have the same amount of links with both Dokukan Guldo and Jason Burter. Let's put him in slot 1. And let's see if he can tank a super maybe. Now, he can do the exchange 4 turn when HP is 70% or less. But I would say this better. Okay, let's see how he tanks this. Oceanos doesn't hit really hard. Yeah, that's nothing. But still, we are basically prepared for transform. 4.8. This should kill Oceanos, so no additional super. But we are in line to transform. Okay, we got a normal. Maybe this can proc a super. No, okay. We are in line to transform. I would say that it's better to wait, because we are going to get more defense stacked from his super attacking base, and we are going to take the healing when it's more needed, because at the moment, while we are at like 70% health, we don't really need it. That's the point. So maybe it's better to wait until like the last 2 phases or last 3 phases. This friend Ginyu can actually get it really hard, so let's hope it doesn't get hit with a super. But anyway, I think Ginyu is really good. I don't really have problems with him. The only thing, I would change it, but I don't really like the fact that he doesn't have even, I don't know, shocking speed or big bad bosses, because still he was a boss in the Namek saga, so I don't really see a problem with giving Ginyu big bad bosses, or again shocking speed, or thirst for conquest, something, because he is sharing fierce battle here, and that's it. He's not supporting, he's not doing insane damage due to the lack of links. We can see 2.6 is not really that impressive. So Ginyu has the problem of being, wow, how nice, of being like amazing with the Ginyu Force unit, which is nice, it's not a problem, but then being sort of pointless when like Cooler or Bojack, that's the problem. And you guys can say Bojack is not a problem now, because STR Bojack basically sucks, because Int Bojack is going to easy A, but it's not really going to be the best unit in the game. But maybe in 2 years it's going to be a problem. So I would say Ginyu should have had like thirst for conquest or shocking speed or something. Other than that, we are stacking, we are continuing to basically becoming immortal with Dokukan Guldo, and they get 50% defense after getting hit. So we've seen like the 400k start of turn. You have to add 50% of defense after they get hit, and then 30% on super. They are really good. The physical Ginyu Force, honestly, I was expecting better from them, because when they drop on JP, I was like impressed by them. I don't really know, but now looking at them, playing with them, they are not like exploding on the screen. Maybe it's me. I don't really see the best free-to-play unit everyone was talking about. Then after this, there's not really too much to say for Ginyu. It's like a stacking unit, so you basically stack. That's the point of Ginyu. The other thing, when you transform, you keep the super effective. For the first turn, when he's transformed, he keeps the super effective against all types. So now we have type advantage, and we can put him in slot 1. He was sealed, so his defense is still 440k, which is still good. 55% is still good, but he can be better, because with 400k you're dead from a super attack type neutral, and the super attack we received from Oceanos is not really a hard super, it's medium. It's not really like Omega Shenron, it's not like AoE Broly. Here we can see 4.5 million, normal attack and no hidden potential. So basically you have to pray for him to super attack multiple times per turn, but after that is really consistent. You have always solid attack stat, he's always super effective, always stacking, always supporting. That's not really too much to say about that. The thing I like about his world celebration, his world release into the game, it was the releasing of both banner units and DLR together with him. They are not doing this with Pan. They are basically leaving Pan with what she was in the game and that's it. While with like, again, Ginyu, they released all the team to support him. And they basically, I don't want to say tease, but they like prepare Ginyu. When dropping all the Ginyu Force EZA last year for the worldwide celebration, they released them and they were really good. I remember when Int Ginyu, the EZA free-to-play Int Ginyu released, he was basically one of the best free-to-play units in the game. And people were saying like, maybe this can be the Int for Captain Ginyu Dokkan Fest, because when they release a strong free-to-play unit, they usually then drop a summonable unit to like cover that name. And basically it was that. I think when Full Power Freezer and Namek Goku released, Ginyu was already in the plan, at least of saying like, okay, we want to make a Captain Ginyu Dokkan Festival. So maybe it was for that. You can run the free-to-play units, especially Rekum for the 50% chance to guard, and Jace. Because Jace, okay, this is the perfect rotation. We can exchange into Ginyu Goku. Now we have 534k defense. This is going to get lower when we transform, because Ginyu loses the stats for the Ginyu Force category ally, and he loses the stats for the support. So let's see the exchange. My bad, sorry guys. Okay, here we are again. Now let's exchange. Okay, so we can see the 50% heal, 59% heal, no Scouter. So that's the problem people were saying when he released it. We don't have clue if Nova Sharon is going to super attack on this rotation. We literally don't know. It can proc or it can't proc. We don't know. We have a 50% chance. And the problem for people is that we can't see it. Every single one of these attacks can be a super attack and we don't know. But as I said, I think it's honestly fine because it really doesn't need it, in my opinion. So we are at 458k defense. Remember, you have to do 5 attacks in order to build up, 50% chance to dodge, to crit, and 50% attack and defense. So let's see the damage. Now we are facing an STR enemy, but on this specific turn and only on this specific turn, Ginyu is super effective against all types, no matter what, because he like keeps this part of his passive from the base Ginyu, but only for this rotation. Now we are against an STR enemy, so we can see it, but he's super effective against all types. So 4 million is not really impressive, considering we are on like turn 10 and we have 60% support. It's not really impressive. But then we have the additional, and then we have the dodge. Dodge twice, with 20% chance to dodge. Now he's stacking attack, he's building up, crit, dodge. So he's like becoming way stronger when transformed. If you have a Ginyu with dupes, you can transform even turn 5, and it's going to be good. The only problem is when it's 55% like now, but as we can see, we are pretty much okay. We have only the problem of needing to stack. We need a bit of luck at the start of turn for him to maybe double super, maybe don't get hit with a super turn 1. We need only a bit of luck, and then he's basically perfect for the entire fight. So now we have the last phase, the physical Ice Dragon. He lost. So now we have 500k defense. We can put him in slot 1. If he supers, maybe we can dodge it. Because remember, this Ice Dragon actually hits hard. It's not really like Oceanus. This guy can hit hard. Even if he dies, it's not a big of a problem. We are going to take a look at another event. We are going to see what he can do. So, no dodge, double digit. We are 4.5 million. Okay, this rotation we have less support. We have 3 attacks built up now. Now we are at 4. And maybe now we can dodge. Or maybe we can even leave it. He leaves. See, that's nothing. 55% Ginyu. That's nothing from that super attack. That's literally nothing. So this show basically that Ginyu is fine, 55%. I think the Ice Sharon hits for like 800, 900k. So Ginyu can easily leave that. It's not really a problem. Or he can dodge it. But as we can see, no scouter. We don't really know if last turn the scouter was active or not. This turn was not. The super attack was here in slot 1 and we didn't see it. And while that's bad, you guys can understand that it's not like every unit needs to do everything to be good. So yeah, let's finish this fight and then we can see a fully built up Ginyu Goku. Now we are in the legendary Vegeta event. This is like a full Ginyu Force team, but this is only for showing like Goku Ginyu. So I'm going to show this rotation, like the first one of Ginyu, and then we are going to take a look at Goku Ginyu. So we are going to fully build up him, so 50% chance to dodge, 50% chance to crit, 50% attack and defense. He has to do 5 attacks after he transforms, doesn't matter if it's super attack or normals. And so we take a look at this first turn and then we are going to transform and see what Ginyu Goku can do when he's fully built up. So he's starting on 181k defense. This is with 40% support from Jace. We have 5 out of 7 links active, everything expect from Gentleman and Respect. So let's see what he can do and then we are going to take a look at Goku Ginyu. Now this rotation can work again because of Jace, that can be a useful unit, but the problem is that's it, he's useful. He doesn't have really enough defense or enough offense. He's just a utility unit that unfortunately can tank basically nothing. And that's the problem for the Ginyu team. You have the 4 summonable unit who can really help you in the fight, and then the free-to-play unit which could have been better. And this can be a problem for the Ginyu team, maybe in 5 months, maybe in 6 months. That's a problem for Ginyu too, for his link set which is specifically for Ginyu Force unit. So I just think his link set could have been better. Yes, it's Ginyu Force centric, but with a big leader skill like Terrifying Comfort, when we have like, okay, let's take the category. We have the Metal Cooler, Frieza, Cooler, we have the Saiyans like Raditz and Vegeta and Bojack, which is not a Saiyan, but you guys get the point. We have DKP, we have Dabura, we have Bowser, we have all these different types of units, but Ginyu have a specific Ginyu Force link set. So he's really not a good leader for a team. I would much prefer running like STR Cooler, the TUR, as a leader. Yes, Ginyu gives it 200%, but at least Cooler is supporting and have a better link set for the specific team. So that can be a problem. At the moment, not really, just because of the core is so strong for the team, with Ginyu, Jason Burter, the free-to-play physical Ginyu Force, and Rekumen Guldo. But maybe sometimes that can be a problem. Okay, so now let's go take a look at Ginyu Goku. Already, so I did cut, but really it wasn't necessary because this is literally the next turn after the one I showed of Ginyu. Burter did got supered by Tech Super Vegeta. So, we have Ginyu 283k defense. This is his 2 stacks, the 2 super attacks he did last turn. So now let's transform and see what he becomes. Okay, so we see the full heal basically. We have 240k. Now let's put the physical Ginyu Force in slot 1. They again give a 30% attack and defense boost on their 18 ki. Ginyu, this is turn 1 for Ginyu Goku, so maximum of 30% chance to dodge if he attacks 3 times. Here we can take a bit of damage, but again we have the other Ginyu on the other rotation. And that's a really good thing about the Ginyu Force team. You have 2 big healing on the team without needing an item. And with Red Zone and Cell Max really limiting items, having the leader which can heal you is very good, because you have basically the possibility of bringing Whis in a fight and being like, okay, I can bring Whis because I have Ginyu that can heal me. That's really important. That's one of the things that makes STR Super Vegeta, for example, a solid unit even now, because you can bring him on a team and he can heal you. It is something that not many units do. So Ginyu did 2 super attacks and he has 5 million on the second one. Next turn we are going to have a lot of support. We are going to have 90% support and the physical Ginyu Force attacking first. So that's going to be basically the best turn Ginyu can do. Of course, if he was like fully built up. But we are going to look at that in a second. We just need to do other 3 attacks to be fully built up. So Ginyu now is stacking attacks instead of defense. And that's again something I will say improve about him. So let him like giving 30% defense for one turn on his 18k. On his 18k, yes, on his 12k. That will be really useful for me, because now he's not getting basically defense at all after he's fully built up. Because when he supers, he gets 50% attack. He builds up, and then you have the high chance for seeing super attack, as we can see he's active now. But he doesn't get defense anywhere after he builds up. So honestly, that's something I will change. So now we have 340k defense. This is Ginyu with 2 attacks performance. We have 90% support. The physical Ginyu Force is going to give us 30% attack and defense. And again, this is a 55% Ginyu. I will say his performance is very good when he's surrounded by Ginyu Force units. But again, we are going to take a look at Ginyu even without Ginyu Force units. We are just going to bring a physical Ginyu Force and we are going to see what he looks like. And honestly, I think running the physical Ginyu Force is not really a problem. I've seen many videos of them really tanking, even against the other Red Zone bosses. They can really tank and help the team with all types of support and rainbow orb changing. So I would say at least bringing the physical Ginyu Force on a Terrifying Conqueror's team just for the support is not a bad idea. It's honestly a pretty good thing to do. You can buff a little bit Ginyu and you can have a support type unit. I understand if you guys don't have maybe Rekumen Guldo or Jason Burter, that can be a problem, sure. But they are banner units. You're eventually going to pull them one day. So I don't think it's really like the end of the world. Now we're going to skip and we're going to take a look at fully built up Ginyu and let's see what he can do. I want to show this turn. So we have the physical Ginyu Force and the free-to-play Burter rotation, nothing else. So we have 30% support. We have the full buff. Ginyu is fully built up, or we have only 30% support. Ginyu can be like this even without Ginyu Force ally on the turn, besides the physical Ginyu Force. So we have 300k defense, we have 50% chance to dodge, 50% chance to crit, an additional with a 30% chance to win a super. So we have said it. We can go is not one in this event. We are of course going to take double digits from normals and give us 6 million attack stats. So as we can see, Ginyu can perform really well even without Ginyu Force ally on the team, besides maybe one like the physical Ginyu Force. And when in the future they are going to easily even the tech Ginyu Force, which at the moment I don't really remember the kit, but I think they are more specifically a Ginyu Force support. So maybe you can run them and just be your Ginyu Force on the team. But still, I think Ginyu is still a top 5 you are in the game. I think he's aging really fine. I think they give him everything he needed to be good. The only thing I wish they did it was to buff the team in some other way, like a new free-to-play LR or a new summonable LR maybe. Because I think the team needed some other firepower. And with firepower I need some offensive unit, someone who can really do damage besides Ginyu, because they give us the 2 banner units which are really good. Again, the 2 banner units are really good, but the Dokkan Gold are basically doing like 3 million attack stats, and Jason Brewster are doing basically the same thing. So you have basically Ginyu which have to do all the damage. That's something I don't like, because that's more possibility of the team getting, I don't know, killed from like Butter, for example, which is the free-to-play member of the Ginyu Force I like the least. I think they did not a bad job with him, but basically I don't see the point. They did make him like, okay, you can run him on your legendary events, which is something you can do with basically every unit. It's not something special going in the legendary events and being able to like perform okay in them. It's not something special, it's something that many units do. While instead they did make Jace a support type unit with a scouter. They did make Rekum a 50% chance to guard unit. They did make the Imp Ginyu a really solid unit even now as a free-to-play unit. And they did make the Guldo a super battle road god, which is honestly perfect for me, in my opinion. So now we have this rotation. Ginyu have 6 out of 7 links. We have 425k defense. Now in this specific stage of the event we can't dodge, but you guys get the point. We have 50% chance to dodge. Here we can't dodge, but he have it. So now let's use the Senzu just for heal and a whiff, just because the super attack will kill us in the first slot. And let's see if, you know what, I use it. Let's see if now Ginyu can put up really high numbers. And then again, we're going to take a look at Ginyu with only one Ginyu Force ally on the team. We're going to take a look at the base Ginyu, just because Ginyu Goku doesn't get buffed with Ginyu Force units. So it's not really important for Ginyu Goku. We need to see what the regular Ginyu looks like with only one Ginyu Force ally on the team. So Ginyu give us a 9.7 million. So that's 50% chance to crit, 30% chance to additional. Technically Ginyu have again 50% chance to dodge. So Ginyu did 3 attacks. Ginyu did basically almost solo this Vegeta with normals. And yeah, now let's see Ginyu without Ginyu Force ally. So without Jason Booster, without Rokuman Guldo, without all the free-to-play units. Let's build like a terrifying conquerors team. We are going to take only the free-to-play physical Ginyu Force on the team, just to have one ally. And let's see if Ginyu can be runnable even like that. Okay, so here we are, and I forgot something. Ginyu says plus an additional 10% attack and defense per Ginyu Force category ally on the team. This should include the friend. So at the moment we have this Rainbow Link level 10 Ginyu as a friend. He's getting 2 of the 5 buff he needs for his full attack and defense buff, but that's because of the friend lead. So this is a point in favor of Ginyu. You can basically run the 2 Ginyus as a defense and as a leader and having 2 of his buff active. The point is Link set will be really bad, because here we have STR cooler, we have AGL metal cooler, we have LR final form cooler, and we have Tarlet. For pretty recent units which can really perform well in the red zone, which can really perform well everywhere, of course cooler is really good and we want to build a team around him. So that's a problem for Ginyu, because Ginyu can't help this guy. Ginyu gives him a 200% leader, but that's not enough, because cooler is a 200% leader by himself. His Terrifying Conqueror's team is still really good, so you basically want to run the Ginyu Force if you don't have cooler, basically. So let's see what you can do here. And basically you can run the Ginyu Force, maybe you can run just Rekumen Guldo, Ginyu, the free-to-play physical Ginyu Force, Jason Burter. All 4 of them can honestly fit perfect on a team. Then you can run one of the Ginyu as a floater, maybe the one with less dupes. So in this situation maybe we can run the Rainbow Ginyu with the free-to-play physical Ginyu, and we can run the other Ginyu, so mine, as a floater. Because yeah, we can see the free-to-play, the Rainbow Ginyu, even with 2 basically Ginyu Force ally on the team, with a 6.2 million super attack. So that's really good. So my point is basically you can run some Ginyu Force member even without the full team. I don't think running the full free-to-play Ginyu Force is a good idea, just because I don't think they are really good enough at the moment. They were solid on release, but their time basically is over. Maybe you can try running a rotation of the 2 final form cooler, so this one and the LR, and the full Ginyu Force team. So basically the free summonable unit and the free-to-play Ginyu Force. I think that team build really works. I've tried that even against Omega, and the team build really works. So you're not going to see the full power of Ginyu, but you're going to have a really solid team. The only problem is the Ginyu that is floating. So basically now Starless have this role. Starless is, yes, supporting the rotation, but Starless have 0 links active. We can put it like this to have Fierce Battle active, but guys, Starless has 200k defense and a 30% defense for 1 turn, and that's it. Because Starless in this rotation doesn't have like Destroyer of the Universe, or Prepare for Battle, or of course the most important Big Bad Boss, or even Thirst for Conquest. And that's something they could have given Ginyu. Maybe you replace like Respect, or maybe you replace Gentleman, especially Gentleman for like Thirst for Conquest. That would have been really good, because then you can have this link with all these extreme class units, which are basically everyday on the Terrifying Conqueror team. That would have been really perfect for him. I think that, and maybe giving him less restriction even from his passive with Ginyu Force unit, because I don't really see the point of getting restriction with only Ginyu Force unit. That could have been like Ginyu Force or Terrifying Conqueror, for example. But I think it's fine, it's not like the end of the world. Ginyu is still amazing, Ginyu is still one of the best units in the game, it's still worth picking up with coins. I just don't think he's on the same level of power as like the physical Kid Goku or the 2 Gammas, that's it. But I think it's normal, he's not 1 year old, but it's like from March, so it's a bit of months have passed since he releases. The game is still continuing to move. Now we have the Wicked Bloodline Red Zone, so the game is evolving, and Ginyu is aging really well. Especially in the rotation with Rekumen Guldo, which are still defensive gods. You can have a cool rotation with Rekumen Guldo, and then you can have Ginyu in the slot too. So this was the showcase for level 10 link 55% Ginyu. I think it's still, again, one of the best units in the game. I just wish they'd give us something for the Ginyu Force, something more. Free-to-play LR, they'd give us maybe a summonable LR, which honestly Ginyu Goku can stay in a summonable LR. But after that, Ginyu is perfect. One of my favorite units in the game, one of the best units in the game, one of the top TWRs, one of the most fun units in the game. I love what they did with the Ginyu Force. So let me know what you guys think about Ginyu, and I see you guys next time. Bye!